3. How to extinguish undesirable behaviors in the school. As identified by O'Leary, withholding attention, deliberately ignoring the misbehavior of pupils and continuing to focus attention to the pupil who is behaving desirably. Negatively reinforcing undesirable behavior, openly ask students or pupils to ignore the behavior of the classmates. Meaningful occupation of students, keep pupils on interesting tasks so that they would rather focus attention on what is being taught instead of attending to fellow classmates' misbehavior. Prompt handling of some misbehavior, since silence means concern. If undesirable behaviors are not openly criticized, they may persist. Open defiance, obscenity, hostility, bullying, directed at the teacher or the head teacher cannot be ignored. Taking prompt and immediate action is desired. How to strengthen desirable behavior. Encouragement. Encourage desirable behaviors from other pupils. When someone puts up an undesirable behavior, for example, when a pupil answers a question without being called to answer a question, his answer is ignored and another pupil who puts up the hand is called to respond to the same question. When the offending student answers a question after putting up hand and being called, he should be praised to strengthen this desirable behavior. Use of punishment. Punishment is used when other strategies had failed to yield the desired results. The punishment should, however, be necessary and justifiable. Forms of punishment. 1. Soft reprimand, rebuke. 2. Reprimand linked with praise to prompt desirable behaviors. 3. Social isolation, ostracize. 4. Deduction of points from section. 5. Banning to take part in interesting activities, for example soccer, ludo, netball. 6. Negative attention, harsh words, facial expression, tone of voice and gestures indicating that the learner was not behaving desirably. 7. Corporal punishment. It should be noted, however, that corporal punishment such as spanking, physical assault, detaining, imprisonment, denying pupils access to meals and water for a long time is very wrong and morally unpardonable, especially during the teaching and learning process. How to deal with too little of desirable behaviors. From the viewpoint of psychiatrists and clinical psychologists, shyness, withdrawal, daydreaming and inattentiveness are more serious misbehaviors than absenteeism, truancy, lateness, etc., as they affect negatively the teaching and learning process, making the teacher waste his energy. The teacher should refer such acts to the specialist when they appear excessively. Among the strategies to adopt to check such behaviors are: 1. Eliciting. Call children's attention more frequently to partake in the task on hand. 2. Modeling. Use people who were active during learning process and have become high achievers or successful in their life endeavors as examples to the pupils. 3. Reinforcement. Immediately praise or commend the pupils showing the slightest desirable behavior. 4. Shaping. The teacher after commending, praising or appreciating the contribution of the pupil, asked for more of such acts from the pupil and other pupils. 5. Contracting. This is sometimes called performance contract. The teacher promise in award of marks, pencils, chalk, pens or exercise books to the pupils if he or she is able to put up a desirable behavior. Note that promise failed means breach of contract, and it will result in undesirable behaviors. How to handle disruptive pupils. 1. Have a good occlusion kinesis. This deals with eyes and body movement that will make the teacher alert to identify particular students who misbehave and address that misbehavior almost immediately. For lower primary class, If they are not corrected immediately, they may not understand why. Probably they are punished. 2. The teacher should maintain the momentum of teaching. Be consistent and sustain interest of learners throughout the lesson. There should not be climaxes and downward trends during instruction. 3. Smoothness is another way of handling disruptive pupils. Whatever you teach pupils should flow with no distractions when it becomes necessary to change activities. If during instruction anything happens that will distract attention, allow students time to look at that thing. It should not be happening while they may be receiving instruction. 4. Group alerting. This is the ability to manage students in a way that keeps students involved, attentive and alert. This could be done by maintaining suspense as to what kind of questions would be presented next. Inattentive pupils could sometimes be called upon to answer questions. 5. Rewarding and praising attentive students. We emphasize here that good behavior exhibited by students should not go unrewarded. Rewards like clapping, praises and if possible marks should be used to handle disruptive students. Good behaviors should be rewarded, but bad behaviors should be condemned to bring about the desired behavior. In dealing with tardiness, the following are suggested. 1. Reward students for arriving on time. 2. Help students to analyze skills or steps required to arrive on time. For example, determine time to leave for home. 3. Place the sign-in sheet at the door so that students can record their names. The class register should be marked early and at closing. The roll should also be taken. 4. Schedule activities that students enjoy at the start of the class period. 5. Set up contract with students. 6. Encourage parents to give watches to their children. 7. Assign peer tutors. Verbal outbursts refer to cases where students talk out in class and disrupt the orderly flow of classroom activities.